Star Wars Day, everybody, and may the 4th be with you. Whether you're with the rebellion or chilling with the Jedi, or scheming with the dark side, today we celebrate everything Star Wars. Grab your blue milk and fire up the hyperdrive, and let's jump into a galaxy full of fun. Today, I'll be taking a few BuzzFeed quizzes all about Star Wars. I'll leave the links in the description below for you guys to also take them alongside me. And please share your results down below as well. Alright, we're going to take this test, and it is to find out who your Jedi Master by building your perfect Star Wars character is. Here we go. So, what planet are you from? Well, there's so many great planets here. We got Tatooine, Alderaan, Naboo, Dagobah, Mustafar, Corellia. Wow, such iconic planets from so many of our original cast in the Star Wars universe. But I am going to go with one in particular, and that is Dagobah. We're going to go ahead and smash up Dagobah. I think it's such a beautiful planet. Even though it's quite dark and mysterious, it still has that hidden beauty out there that, not many people might see at first glance. But yeah. Alright, we've got the lightsaber color. What is your lightsaber? Well, there's two great colors on there, and if we could combine them and we could have two colors, I would be going green and gold for the Aussie, which is green and yellow for anybody that might not know what I'm talking about. But in fact, I'm just going to actually pick one of those colors, and that is yellow. Yellow is such a bright and bubbly color. It has so much meaning to me. It's very, very hard hitting, this color, and yeah, it makes me remember about somebody very special in my life. So yeah. Are you training for the dark side? Yes, no, both. I haven't decided. I'm not training. I'm in the rebellion. Well, I'm just gonna go with a blatant no. And, just because we should let our yeses be yeses and our no's be no's. Alright, what a great question. Are you looking for love? We've got yes, no, love finds me. What is love truly? I have had love in the past. I have forbidden love. Well, this is such a great question. And instead of, going with a black and white yes or no, I'm going to go with something maybe a little controversial and kind of a bit funny. So I'm going to go and pick what is love truly. Which is your favorite Star Wars movie? Out of these 6, we've got Attack of the Clones, A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and The Force Awakens. We've got some truly incredible movies there. We got some prequels, some original trilogies, and some sequels. And I'm gonna go with one of the prequels. Actually, I like this movie a lot, and although the other prequel there, it is recently celebrating a 20th anniversary, which is so cool to see. I'm gonna hit up Attack of the Clones. Such a beautiful movie. I can't wait to watch it again. Here we go. We've got who are you meeting at the cantina? We got Jabba the Hutt, we got Rey, we got Chewbacca, we got Poe, and we got R2-D2, and we got C-3PO. Well, there's two characters here who I think that they would go perfectly if I met both of them at the same time, and that is R2-D2 and C-3PO. So unfortunately we can't pick both of them, so those two are out for contention. Jabba the Hutt, if I'm being a bit rebellious, maybe I'm meeting Jabba the Hutt, maybe I'm being a bit of a scoundrel, and Jabba the Hutt, he's summoning me to meet him, but I hope that's not the case, so I'm actually going to go with Chewbacca, me and my friend Chewie. I can't wait. How do you beat your opponents? Got Jedi mind tricks, got lightsaber duels, blaster, shot to the foot, Sith lightning, a good comeback, hitting them with your ship. Wow. Well, the comedian inside of me, it's drawing me to one of them. But unfortunately, I'm actually not going to go for that one. And that one is a good comeback. That would just be hilarious. But I'm actually going to go with the blaster shot to the foot, just because I feel like I'd be a bit cowardice and intimidated by everybody, and shoot him in the foot and run away. But that's who I am, and I'm not afraid of who I am. There we go! We got Mace Windu is your Jedi Master. That is so cool. He will teach you to channel your rage and your fury into positive energy, which will help you in battle. Thank you, Mace Windu. I can't wait. Isn't he awesome? But guys, if you have indeed done this quiz yourself, let me know. Who did you get? Who's going to be your Jedi Master in the comments below? I can't wait to see you guys share these your answers with me. So yeah. Alright, here we go. We have another quiz out here, and it is titled Everyone Has a Robot from the Star Wars that matches their personality. So let's go ahead and find out which robot represents us in the Star Wars galaxy. Alright, here we go. Pick a Star Wars character. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Darth Vader, Rey, Princess Leia. Well, out of this list, I feel like one kind of does stand out more than the others. Even though they're all iconic, I'm actually going to go with Rey. Now, we got to pick a shape. We've got a triangle, a circle, a square, a star, a pentagon or a hexagon, and we've got a diamond. Wow, we got some unusual choices. I'm actually going to go with the triangle, actually. I think that's a great shape out of all of these. Alright, time to pick a gemstone. We got the sapphire, the ember, the pearl, the ruby, the opal, and the emerald. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit torn at the minute. The emerald, it was standing out to me, but honestly, I think the amber is standing out a bit more. So let's go ahead and smash that amber up. Pick a mode of transport. We have train, bike, car, plane, boat, trolley. Well, there is two real answers that are standing out to me, but then there's just a little silly answer that I don't know, it's dragging me down a little bit. I don't know if I should pick that one. But it's actually funny. Now I've narrowed it down to two of them, and honestly, I think that the train has just beat the trolley. So unfortunately, unfortunate trolley, it's okay, maybe next time. Pick an electronic. We've got a flat screen, TV, an iPhone, a gaming system, a DVD player, a camera, and a laptop. Now, you might be thinking, oh yeah, maybe the gaming system, or the laptop, or the flat screen, but actually the camera is the one I'm gonna pick. And I don't know, I feel like photography is just something that maybe nowadays it's not really taken so seriously. It's taking a picture and then putting filters over it to make it look more appealing, even though you're not capturing that raw essence of the truth behind the actual picture. So that's why I'm going to go with that one. Which beverage? Okay, we got water, soda, beer, tea, coffee, milk. Now there's four of these that I truly don't actually drink, and those are beer, tea, coffee, and milk. I actually don't drink any of those. I've never actually had a beer. I have had a I don't know an alcoholic drink, but it wasn't a beer, and I did not like that. And tea and coffee, I've never drunk them. I don't really like, honestly, the smell of coffee. And milk just by itself feels weird, but if it was like a chalky milk, strawberry milk, banana milk, bellissimo, that'd be gorgeous. So I'm actually going to go with probably my most preferable drink, which would actually be water, which might make me plain, but it's just my most preferable drink. Okay, we've got pick a number: 100, 8, 2, 3, 37, and 20. Now, this is going to be difficult because it's not like it's pick a number between 1 and 100. It's just there's 6 numbers, they're just strange numbers, and I'm leaning a lot more towards the number 100. I don't know why. I just like the look of that number 1. I just want to look at the number 1. And it just so happens that there's 2 zeros after it. So there we go. Pick a random robot. Wow. We've got Wall-E. We've got Bumblebee. We've got Bender. We have got Goddard. We've got Astro Boy. And we have the Iron Giant. Wow, we've got some iconic robots here. And I am going to pick, although Wall-E and Bumblebee, they're very iconic robots and treasured robots. I'm actually going to pick the other one that I treasure most, which is actually the Iron Giant. And if you guys have not seen that movie, I would highly recommend it. It's beautiful. Here we go. We have C-3PO is the robot that best defines my personality. That's crazy. That is incredible. So there we go. Another quiz down the chute. And if you guys have indeed played along, what has been your result at the end? I'd love to know in the comments below. Alright, here we are with the last quiz of the day. It is titled, Are you a Jedi, a Sith, or just a normal person? Well, let's find out. An old homeless man approaches you, looking for a place to stay for the night. What do you do? Do you mock him and send him on his way? Do you invite him to stay? Or do you just ignore him? Well, honestly, I've never actually been in this situation. And, I mean, ideally, I probably would, hook them up with something. I wouldn't invite them to stay with me personally, but I would definitely offer to pay for a hotel or a motel for them to stay for a couple of nights, even a week. Like, I would be down for that. So honestly, I'm not going to ignore him or mock him. I'm just going to invite him to stay because I think that is a good thing to do, just helping out people who need it. Would you ever own a droid? Yes, I would love one. No, that'd be weird. Maybe for target practice. I think it would be nice. I think it really would be cool just to have a droid, just, hanging out with you, like a little companion. It's going through life with you. It'd be kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes, absolutely. If you did own a droid, what would you use it for? It helped me conquer the universe. It work on my farm. It helped me save the universe. I'm not really into droids. Honestly, there's some crazy answers in there. I'm not really into conquering the universe. Saving the universe. I don't know. I don't know if that's really who I am. I'm not too sure. But maybe help me work on my farm. I suppose. I guess. I don't know. Where in the galaxy would you be born? On an urban city planet, a desert planet, on a farm, on a regular planet? I'm thinking a farm just on a regular planet. Sounds gorgeous, just somewhat isolated, away from the city, away from the hustle and bustle, just nice and quiet and scenic and gorgeous. That's what I reckon. I would love that. What do you hope to be? A Sith? A Jedi? Oh, I don't care. Well, I don't think I want to be a Sith. That seems like a terrible idea. Too much darkness for me. A Jedi also seems like a lot of work, but maybe it might be nice. Do I not care? I do care, okay? So I think I'm going to be a Jedi. Who do you admire? Darth Vader? Luke Skywalker? Maybe one of those canteen band members? Tatooine's best pod racers? Well, without a doubt, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, they're pretty admirable. Even though Darth Vader may be a bit twisted and has been led down the wrong path. That poor guy. So don't judge him just from his cover. I'm just saying. But personally, I think one of those canteen band members, it's the one that's speaking to me the most. Are you looking for romance? Love is a distraction. Sure, I'd like that. I don't care. At times, love can be a distraction for sure. Honestly, I don't really care. I'm not really fussed. If love happens, it happens. But I am content. What color lightsaber would you wield? Sorry. We have, we have green, blue, red, black. I prefer a blaster. I'm not interested in fighting. Well, they don't even have my yellow, which is such a shame. There is my green there, but I'm kind of thinking the blaster seems fun, Blaster. How would you fix the galaxy's problems? I can save everyone. Yeah, you can. Bend people to my will. Not my problem. Well, sometimes people need a bit of saving every now and then. And finally, do you ever like the Star Wars movies? Do you have to ask twice? But yes, I love them. I wish they didn't exist. Saw them both, don't feel strongly. Never saw them. I can't believe it. Obviously, it's a yes. Absolutely adore it. Jedi, the light side of the Force. Your fight on behalf of all that is good in the universe. You're deeply empathetic and form close relationships with not just family, but friends and peers as well. Most Jedi use a blue or a green lightsaber, depending upon their preference. That is so cool. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. What would you like me to do next Star Wars Day? I can't wait for that day. But please, have you guys been participating in these quizzes as well? I would love to know that. Let me know your results and we will share in the joy of our love for Star Wars. Thank you all for joining me on this Star Wars Day adventure. And remember, may the Fourth be with you always. If you had fun today, don't forget to hit that like button with your blaster and subscribe for more galactic content and drop a comment of your favorite moment. Now, as the suns are setting, I will see you in the next one. Bye!